Continue now at the top of Daf Gimel Amud Aleph in Meseches Pesachim. This is Pesachim Daf 3a. The Gemara is continuing to discuss the definition of the word or, and the Gemara now brings a question from our Zutra from Krisus, Hamapeles or Lishmonim V'yachad. Let's say a woman has a miscarriage on the night of the 81st day. Beis Shammai potrin mi carbon. Beis Shammai say she's potter from bringing an additional carbon. Beis Hillel mechayvim, and Beis Hillel say she's chayiv to bring an additional carbon. The halacha is she has to bring, if a woman gives birth to a baby girl, so then on the 81st day she has to bring a carbon. Now, if there's any miscarriages in the time in between, that can all be included in one carbon. However, if there's a miscarriage already on the 81st day, that's already an additional carbon. The question here is, what about the night before? What about the night of the 81st day? Is there a chiyuv of an additional carbon? So Amru Beis Hillel Beis Shammai. Beis Hillel say to Beis Shammai, Ma'ishna or Shmonim V'yachad miyom Shmonim V'yachad. What's the difference if she had a miscarriage on the night of the 81st or on the day itself of the 81st? Im Shiva lo l'tumah, if the halachas are the same for tumah, meaning that the halacha is that any blood she sees in the days before are tar, and now when the night of the 81st day comes, now that blood is considered blood of tumah. So if the halacha of the night of the 81st day and the day of the 81st day is the same in terms of the law of tumah, lo yesh v'lo l'carbon, it should be the same for carbon as well. Just like if she would have a miscarriage in the next day, she'd have to bring an additional carbon. So to or l'shmonim v'yachad, so to the night of the 81st day, she should have to bring an additional carbon. So the Gemara says, "Midakamer Beis Hillel Beis Shammai Ma'ishna or Shmonim V'yachad miyom Shmonim V'yachad." From the fact that Beis Hillel say to Beis Shammai, what's the difference of the night of the 81st day? That's the night right before, or the day of the 81st day. So what do you see? Shma mina or orsu. You see from this whole discussion over here between Beis Hillel and Beis Shammai that the definition of the word or means the night. Shma mina, and the Gemara says, indeed, that is a good proof. Meisvei, we ask another question. Yachol yehei nechal or l'shlishi. So this is talking about the carbon shlamim, and it says, I might think that the carbon shlamim should be eaten on the night of the third day. Vidinu, and it should be learned out as follows. Zvachim nechalim liyom echad. So zvachim, which here refers to carbonos like a carbon toda, they are eaten for one day. Ushlamim nechalim l'shnei yamim, and the carbon shlamim, you have 2 days to eat a carbon shlamim. Ma'alahala and layla achar hayom. Now, just like by a carbon toda, you can eat the night after as well. You eat during the day, and then you can eat the night after as well. Afkan layla achar hayom. So too, the Bryce is saying maybe by a carbon shlamim, the night after you should also be able to eat. So in other words, you're eating for 2 days, but you eat. It also includes the night after that second day. You're also allowed to eat the carbon shlamim, and then the next day, that's when you're going to burn it. So Talmud Lamar b'yom zivchachem yeyachel umimacharas. No, the pasuk says on the day that you slaughter the carbon shlamim, you eat it, and the next day you eat it as well. V'hanosar adiyom, and the leftover, by the third day, you're going to burn it. Meaning, ba'od yom hu nechal, you can only eat it on the second day. V'yeino nechal la'or shlishi, you can't eat it that night, meaning the night going into the third day, you're not allowed to eat the carbon shlamim. It's different than the carbon toda. So the Gemara says, the Brisa says, Yachol Yisraf Miyad. So I might think you should burn it immediately. Then the night of the third day, already you can burn the carbon shlam. You don't have to wait till morning. Vidinu, and you should learn it out. Zvachim nechalin liyom v'layla echad. Like we said, the carbon toda, for example, is eaten for 1 day and 1 night. Ushlam nechalin l'shnei yamim v'layla echad. And a carbon shlam is eaten for 2 days and that night that's in between. Ma'alahalon teikaf la'achilas reifa. Just like when it comes to the carbon toda, immediately when you're finished being allowed to eat it, you burn it. Afkan teikaf la'achilas reifa. So too by carbon shlamim, you should eat it for the day, the night, and the day, and then burn it immediately, or liyom shlishi, on the night going into the third day. Talmud Lomar, no, the pasuk says, "Va'nosar mibsar hazevach bayom hashlishi bo'eshi sar." If you burn on the third day, not on the night of the third day. Biyom atasore v'yatasorfo b'layla. You have to burn it during the day. You don't burn it at night. So effectively, what the Bryce is saying is, when it comes to a carbon shlamim, you eat it the day that you slaughter it. You can eat it the following night and the following day. Then that next night, which is again the night going into the third day, that next night you don't eat it and you don't burn it. You burn it the following morning. That's the halacha by carbon shlamim. That's different than by carbon toda, where you have a certain time to eat it, and immediately after the time of eating it, that's when you start to burn it. But in any case, the point is, what does the word or mean? Midakamar yehei nachal or l'shlishi. Again, it says, I might have thought to eat it or l'shlishi, which is the night of the third day. That's the night going into the third day. Alma or orsu. Again, you see that the word or means the night. Shma mina. So the Gemara says, indeed, you do see from here as well that or means night. Gemara tries another proof. Tashma, come in here, or Shal Yom HaKippurim, the night of Yom Kippur, Mispal al Sheva, the Shmona Esrei has 7 brachas, so Misvada, you say Vidui, Shacharis, and the davening of Shacharis on Yom Kippur, Mispal al Sheva, Misvada, the Shacharis has 7 brachas, and you say Vidui, the Musaf, Mispal al Sheva, Misvada, Musaf also 7 brachas with Vidui, the Mincha, Mispal al Sheva, Misvada, Mincha also, you have 7 brachas and Vidui, Ba'arvis, and then when it comes to Ma'ariv, Mispal Me'ein Shmona Aser, you don't have to do the full Shmona Esrei, you would do an abridged Shmona Esrei. Rabbi Chanina ben Gamliel Omer Mishum Avosav. Rabbi Chanina ben Gamliel says in the name of his fathers, Mispalo Shmona Aser Shleimus. You say the full Shmona Esrei. Memnei Shetzarach Lomer Havdalah v'Chonin Hadas, because you're going to need to say Havdalah in Chonin Hadas. Again, Alma or Orsahu. Clearly, when it says here Or Shel Yom HaKippurim, it's the night of Yom Kippur, right when Yom Kippur starts. Or means night. Shma Mina. Again, this is indeed a proof. Tashma will bring another proof that Tani Devei Shmuel, it was learned in the yeshiva of Shmuel, Leile Arba Aser Bodkin Asa Chametz Leor Haner, on the night of the 14th, we do Bedikas Chametz. Again, Alma or Orsuhu. In our mission it said Or Larba Aser, so clearly here it's saying Leile Arba Aser, it's the night of the 14th, that's when we do Bedika. And so finally the Gemara says, Elabein Rav Huna, Ubein Rav Yehuda. Rather, let's change what Rav Huna and Rav Yehuda argued about. They really do not argue. Rav Huna and Rav Yehuda both agreed to Kuli Alma or Orsu. Everybody agrees Or is the night. We've seen already multiple proofs that Or means night. Velo pligi, and they're not even really arguing. Marki Asre or Marki Asre, each one just follows his locale. Be'asre de Rav Huna karu Nagi. In the area of Rav Huna, they call the night with the word Nagi. Uvi'asre de Rav Yehuda karu Leile. And in the area of Rav Yehuda, they call it Leile, but they're really not arguing at all. Gemara says, Vitana didan, my time alo katani Leile. So why doesn't our Tana have the word Leile? Why does it say Or Larba Aser? So to that the Gemara says, Lishna Ma'al Yehuda Nakat. The Tana of our Mishnah is choosing to say it in a nice fashion, in a proper fashion. Uchad Rav Yoshua ben Levi, it's like what Rav Yoshua ben Levi said. Diyamar Rav Yoshua ben Levi, because Rav Yoshua ben Levi said, Liolam al Yotzi Adam Davar Meguna Mipiv. A person should not speak in a way that is not nice. Sharikim Akas of Shmona Osios Velo Hotzi Davar Meguna Mipiv. We even see in the Torah added an extra 8 letters just to avoid saying a word that was not nice. Shenemar, like the pasuk says, Min habehema hatahora, you take from the animals that are pure, Umin habehema asher einena tahora, and from the animals that are not pure. It doesn't say the animals that are impure. It doesn't use the word tameh. It says einena tahora. They are not pure. That's a nicer way to say it. Rav Papa Amar Teisha, Rav Papa says the Torah actually has 9 letters, goes out of its way to speak in a nice fashion. Shenemar, like it says, Kiyeh b'cha ish asher lo yeh tahor mikrei laila. Again, it says he's not pure. It doesn't say he's impure. It doesn't say tameh. Ravina Amar Eser. Ravina says that's actually 10 letters going out of the way, because Vav de Tar, the word Tar, is not written Chaser, it's written with a Vav, so that's an extra letter. Rav Acha bar Yaakov Amar Sheishesrei. Rav Acha bar Yaakov says the Torah goes out of its way, 16 letters. Shenemar, like it says, Ki Amar Mikruhu Bilti Tar Hu Kilo Tar. Again, not Tar, he wasn't Tar, doesn't use the word that he was Tameh. Tanya Devei Rabbi Yishmael, it was learned in the yeshiva of Rabbi Yishmael. Liolam Yisaper Adam B'Lashon Nikiya. A person should always speak in a clean language. Sharei Bezav Karu Merkav, because by a Zav, when it talks about the Tum of a Zav, it says Merkav, something which the Zav, who's a male, rides upon. Uvi'isha Karu Moshav, but by a woman, they don't use the word to ride, they use the word to sit, Moshav, to sit, which is a nicer way of saying it by a woman, because it's not nice to talk about riding, like riding a horse, where the woman is spreading apart her legs. V'yomer, it also says in the pasuk, Vativchar Lashon Arumim, that you should choose the language of the crafty. Again, you should speak in a nice fashion. V'yomer, it also says, V'das Tvasai Borer Milelu, my lips, they choose to have this clean borer, this borer vernaki, Rashi says, this nice clean language. My v'yomer, why do you have to have these other psukim? Gemara says, well, if you only had the first pasuk, all these examples from the Torah, we would say the Torah has to speak in a clean language. Avol b'derabanan lo, but who says in the Mishnayos and things that are derabanan, who says that should use a clean language? Tashma v'yomer vativchar lashon arumim, the language of the crafty, referring to the sages, referring to the chachamim, the rabbanan, they also should speak in a nice language. V'chitei mahani mili b'derabanan, okay, fine, maybe that's in issues that are derabanan. Avol b'mili di'almalo, but just in regular conversation, a person doesn't have to be careful to that extent. V'yomer v'das fasai bor milelu. That's the last pasuk of v'das fasai bor milelu. That all kinds of words should be chosen in a clean fashion. Gemara says, "Uveisha lo ksiv ba merkav." Does it really not say the word merkav by a woman? V'aksiv, but it says in the pasuk, "V'atakam Rivka v'narosev atirkavna ala gemalim." It says Rivka and her maidservants, they rode on the camels. It uses the word to ride. Gemara says, Hasam mishum biasusa de gemalim urchahi. Over there where they're riding on camels, there's a certain amount of fear. You're riding high up, so the person is afraid to fall off, so it's okay to use the word roche for a woman because she's going to hold on in a strong fashion. V'aksiv, and but doesn't it also say in the pasuk, Vayikach Moshe's ishto v'yasbona vayarkivim al achamor? Here it says not talking about camels. It says that his wife and his children, Moshe's wife and children, they rode on the donkey. Gemara says Hasam over there, and we'll continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Gimel Amud Beis.